learn much during a school day like this, when 3 or 4 people were whispering, the student next to you was passing notes, or the student in front was reading a comic book. All of these students have bad manners. But you will learn a lot on days when everyone listens to the teacher, the halls and classrooms are quiet, and the class works together. All school days should be like that, and they can be if you'll put good manners to work for you. School is important, so start the day off right. Being on time is good manners. Your prompt arrival in class and a cheerful good morning to your teacher and classmates shows many things about you. That you have respect for yourself, your teacher, your classmates, and your school. You've demonstrated the courtesy of cooperation by not wasting their time or your own. Before you leave for school, make sure you're dressed neatly. Teeth brushed, clean fingernails, homework done, books ready, and everything about you ready and eager to begin a new day. Find out your school rules for hairstyles and proper dress, and follow them. In the classroom, take your seat quietly, put your books away, and be sure your feet are not sticking out in the aisle where others might trip over them. Be ready when everyone else is. Don't have your head stuck inside the desk looking for a book when the teacher has already begun the lesson. Keep your desk neat, and you'll never have trouble finding what you need. Listen carefully to your teacher. He's there for your benefit. If you're daydreaming or staring out a window, you might miss one important sentence that could lead to understanding the whole lesson. If you've been absent and missed some work, see the teacher after class is finished. Don't disturb the class with your questions. Do yourself, your class, and your teacher the courtesy of your complete attention all the time. Nothing's more distracting than a loud, sudden noise from the hall. When you're going through the halls or on the staircases in school, move quickly and quietly. When you speak in the hall, do so in a low voice. If you're bringing a message to another classroom, don't start talking to students in that classroom. Do what you came to do, and then return to your own class. The only proper way to answer a question addressed to the entire class is to sit still in your seat, raise your hand, not wave it like a flag, and wait to be called upon. Don't jump out of your seat or call the teacher's name. Be quiet when someone else is reading or answering a question. Listen to what they're saying and don't interrupt them. When you're called upon to read aloud or to answer a question, speak clearly and loudly so that everyone can hear you. Stand up straight and still. Don't lean on your desk, and don't shuffle your feet back and forth as you talk. And don't waste time. If you really do not know the answer, don't pretend you do. Simply say, "I'm sorry, but I don't know the answer." The possessions of other people, no matter who and where they are, belong strictly to them. Never take anything from anyone's desk, shelf, or locker without asking their permission. And don't go through their things out of curiosity. You do not have the right to touch anything that is not your own. When there are visitors in the classroom, whether they are other students delivering messages, someone's parents, or another teacher, good manners mean behaving properly. Continue your work or sit quietly until the visitor has left. Don't be nosy and try to listen to what is being said. Show both your teacher and his visitor that you're grown up enough to take care of yourself without being constantly watched. If you are a new student in class, You may feel strange and a bit shy and lonely at first. Give your new classmates a chance to get to know you. Don't force yourself into their games at recess or into their already established group of friends. Just do your work. Try to learn the rules of your new school quickly and be courteous at all times. Your new classmates will soon ask you to join in their activities. How should you, in turn, treat new students? Until they become part of the class and the various groups in it, your good manners are the important bridge that will get both you and them to join in conversations and activities. Try to treat a new student as you would treat a guest in your home. Find ways to let them know how your class does things. Smile when you see them and say hello. Offer to share something, or make room for them at your lunch table. Don't expect a new student to be your best friend or your worst enemy right away. One of the most important possessions of every human being is the work he does himself. Respect the work of others. You do not have the right to copy their work and act as if it were your own. Copying the work of someone else is stealing, and pretending it is your own is lying. No matter what your opinion is of the work, appearance, speech, habits, or clothing of someone else, never laugh at them or make fun of them. And never let yourself become part of a group that thinks it's funny or smart to ridicule others or talk unfairly about them behind their backs. We are all good at a few things and clumsy or stupid at other things. None of us likes to be the object of a cruel joke. When you attend assembly programs or plays in the school auditorium, go quietly to your seat and pay attention to what is going on. When it's time to applaud, do so with enthusiasm, but don't yell, cheer, whistle, or stamp your feet. Simply clap your hands along with everybody else. If you did not like what was presented, be quiet and don't applaud. But never show your disapproval by making unpleasant or rude sounds. Team sports are fun and exciting to watch. You expect the players who represent your school to be good sports when they play, whether they win or lose. You'd be ashamed of them if they became angry and insulting if they lost. Make sure your manners as spectators are as good as those of the team you're rooting for. How would you rate yourself and your class in school manners? Try for one day to keep track of all the bad manners you see and hear around you. How many gum chewers, foot stampers, finger drummers, book and pencil droppers, mumblers, interrupters, note writers and note passers, whisperers and other kind of classroom pests have you got in your classroom? Make sure you're not one of them. Good manners are good ways of getting along with other people, whether you're working with them in a classroom or playing after school. Stop and think about the people you admire the most. They're likely to be the boys and girls who are easy to get along with, those who try to be nice to everyone. Perhaps you never thought about it this way, but good sportsmanship, courtesy, and thoughtfulness of other people's feelings are all part of good manners. What is a good sport? A good sport tries hard to win at whatever he's playing, and if he wins, he's happy and proud without bragging and showing off. He doesn't tell others how good he is. If he loses, he doesn't try to place the blame on others. He realizes that there's always another game and another chance to win. A good sport gives everyone a chance to choose what they want to play. He doesn't always insist that others do what he wants. He waits his turn and plays everything according to the rules, fairly and in good humor. A courteous person respects the rights of older people, even though they may be only a few years older. He doesn't try to get in on their games or other activities, or bother them or tease them to let him join them. He minds his own business and doesn't interrupt, or listen to what they're saying or doing, or follow them around. A good sport respects the sports equipment which belongs to others, and doesn't use it without permission. When he has the permission of the owner, he treats it as carefully as if it were his own, and returns it promptly. Respect the traffic laws and safety rules of your community while riding a bike. Riding a bicycle on the wrong side of the road is dangerous. Obey all traffic signs and lights, just as cars must. Never ride your bike across people's property or on grass lawns unless you have permission. Be sure you have a light on your bike if you use it after dark. When you're roller skating, make sure that the area you're using is clear and that you will not bump into other people or run into automobile traffic. Whenever you're on wheels, even under your own power, don't fool around, wrestle, fight, or play rough games. Make sure when you're out with your friends that you don't take up all the room on the walk. Always leave room for others to walk or to pass by. Never run through crowded streets or stand in large groups talking and getting in the way of other people. Baseball and football should be played in open fields. If this is not possible, play in areas away from windows or cars or property that can be damaged. Many playgrounds or special areas are set aside for these games. Playing any kind of game in busy streets is dangerous. Of course, basketball must be played where hoops are available. If you're playing in a schoolyard or playground, give others a chance to use the hoops or invite them to join your group. Nothing can spoil what might have been a good game like constantly stopping to argue about how it should be played. If you select an umpire, don't question his decisions. Get together before you start and agree upon what you're going to do, who's going to do it, and in what order it will be done. When all players agree on the rules of the game before beginning, there's no reason for arguments later. Sometimes you may be puzzled and wonder whether or not you should go along with whatever activity your friends are engaged in. As a good sport and a good friend, you should be willing to join in, but not if you know that what they're doing is wrong, dangerous, or just plain stupid. You don't earn anyone's respect by being a sheep and doing what others are doing, even though you know it's wrong. There's a time for keeping quiet about what a crowd does, and a time for speaking up and standing on your own 2 feet. Just ask yourself, is what they want me to do dangerous, cruel, or stupid? If it is, don't do it. You may be teased or even laughed at for a while, but in the end you will have earned the respect and admiration of those you really care about. Remember that good manners and common sense have much in common.